Good morning. This is a picture from a few years back. I'm standing outside the Colosseum in Rome, a place of death. And I'm quite fascinated by places associated with death. That's probably why I have got quite a few grave videos in my YouTube channel. Anyway, why am I fascinated by death? Well, it's the questions that surround death and pain and hurt and loss and bereavement that fascinate me. Death and tears and all that went along with that made its ugly appearance in my early life. Whenever I was 10, my father collapsed in front of me in the hallway and he didn't get up. He was 58 now. He was quite an old father, and he took a massive heart attack. He had hardened arteries, and he was a good father. And it's one of the major influences on my life, growing up in a home where there was no dad to come to seek advice, to get help. It was a major influence, even though my mother was, looking back on it, was fantastic. That's a wee photograph of myself and my brother. But whenever my brother and myself and my sister were growing up, we saw quite a bit of death. We seemed to be going to quite a number of funerals of aunts and uncles who passed away. And this was all before I reached the age of 20. So questions about death and all the rest of it. Why did this happen? Why do bad things happen to good people? All these types of questions would have been heavily on my mind, and still are. They never go away. And whenever I meet up with old friends from way back when, one of the questions that we always ask each other is, what are you reading? Have you read any good books lately? And I'm reading this book here. It's by a guy called Yancy, and he's talking about the question that never goes away. Now, if you're a person of faith at all, this might, whet your appetite. It might interest you. What is God up to in a world of such tragedy and pain? Now, this is quite a good book. It's easy to read. It's full of stories of personal experience, and it's very down to earth, and it's very honest. Here's the back blurb here. Some days the news seems too much to bear. Yet another tsunami or earthquake or flood or fire or war atrocity. One more gun-toting madman stalking young people in idyllic Norway, or movie-goers in Colorado, or school children in Newtown, Connecticut. We turn off the news only to get a phone call about expectant parents with a stillborn baby, or loved ones whose cancer has returned. Isn't that right? Isn't the world on balance, the world is a shocking place to live in, because there's so much horror about the place. And in recent years, I've had a very soft and easy life. But in recent years, things have gone bad. My sister, as many of you know, committed suicide just over 5 years ago. And a very, very close friend, just 2 years ago, 49, Esther, just dropped dead from a brain hemorrhage. And she was a super girl, and she left a good husband and 3 good kids. And you're saying, why? Now, this book will not give you too many answers, if indeed it gives you any answers. But it's worth reading if you're a person of faith and you've got doubts and you've got worries and you've got concerns, and it's not full of flim-flam and it's not full of theology, and it's just personal experience about coming to some sort of understanding of suffering that we experience. And I think, you might find it helpful. I won't promise anything though. Good reading. Philip Yancy, and I'm about 3/4 way through it. The question that never goes away.